It's good, everyone. Now, it has been too far and too long since I recorded my last YouTube video and got something posted up on YouTube. Um, Honestly, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have time. I've just kind of not seen the reason to do so, and there's a couple of reasons for why. And this video, like just to kind of preface, will be a little bit of a tangent video. It's going to have a specific title because I have a specific goal that I want to achieve and kind of come forward with this video as well when I am recording it. However, in the beginning, just to kind of ramble a little bit about, and the reason I haven't posted and the reason I kind of haven't been able to do it so consistently as I'd like is because I started like throughout my journey of posting YouTube videos. I started with the intention of documenting the journey, documenting the weeks, documenting where I'm at in my agency and what I'm doing, what's going on, to then starting to pivot into a lot more value-based content where I would focus a lot more on, oh, how to do this and how to do that and how to focus on this and how to scale this and how to work on this, right? Which is fine to a certain point, but it kind of came to that point where I had to think of new ideas all the time and think of new videos to make and new angles to cover and new this and new that, which again is fine. But me myself right now, running my agency actively, trying to scale, hit new milestones, manage a team, making sure my clients are happy, scaling the business, it's just for me personally, it got too much, and I started just putting YouTube aside, right? Because I wanted to make sure that whatever I posted was full of value. Whereas I put my time into it, and I just didn't find that time to be able to do so, nor was it as important the last couple of weeks, right? I've decided to switch around with that, and moving forward, I'm going back to the same type of videos that I used to make in the beginning, right? Reason is because when I go for a full value-based approach, I don't really get the benefit of the documentation side of things. Reason I want to document is because I want to be able to, one, in the future, look back at my progress, look back at seeing how far I've come and where I started from. Two, if I ever want to do something with my personal brand in the future, if I ever want to do something online, I have videos, I have documentation of what I've done. It's pretty much everything is recorded. Three, I can also hold myself accountable on things I've said. Four, I'm also able to provide a lot of value by documenting, right? Because there's going to be people watching these videos, I hope so, that are facing similar situations that I am right now as well in my agency or in my business, right? Whereas I can then provide value to them specifically rather than trying to hit an audience that I ideally don't want to target as of right now, right? So just based on that decision, and this took me some time to decide and think of, but I have now been able to come to the agreement with myself that that is what I'm going to do. And moving forward, I will now be able to hold myself accountable, consistently be able to post minimum one video a week. Like that is my goal. This one will be posted on a Thursday, so it's not necessarily a specific X day or X time. I just want to post a video every single week, so next video will be another video before Thursday. Now, with that out of my mind, the goal with this channel primarily is to document my journey, document what's happening in the agency day to day, document what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to get to, document pretty much whatever's going on, and I hope I'm still able to provide as much value as possible. I will still try to do some like specific value-based videos for like maybe in the future, but for as of right now, it's not going to be the case. Now that that is off my chest and I am all good to jump back into the game, hope you guys have been well. If any of you guys are watching that have been watching me before, really nice that you guys are back here watching again. If there are people that haven't seen my channel before or don't know who I am, what I do, my name is Haider Ali. I am 19 years old. I'm based out of Norway, right? But I run an agency based in the US working with construction companies, specifically outdoor construction companies. We roughly do anywhere from 20 to 30K a month. And the reason I'm saying roughly is because we've kind of been towards like that point of getting to 30, but then again, it drops down because of various problems in the business that I need to fix to then be able to scale again, right? So that's a quick introduction. If you need any more type of an introduction or specifics on anything, just look through my channel. You'll find a lot there. The topic I had on like my mind for today's video is specifically which business model is the best and which business model should you start with depending on your situation, right? Now, I'm assuming most people watching this is people that are young founders or people that want to start their business, they have an ambition of starting something of their own, but they don't know what to start, they don't know why they want to start it, and they don't know how to essentially do so, right? So I'm going to break down kind of what my thought process is when it comes to choosing a business, why I chose an agency, what I would recommend for somebody starting off, and also moving forward into the future, right? And another reason for why I kind of want to make this video is because, surprisingly enough, I've actually been having a lot of shiny object syndrome recently, right? And I'll explain why, right? So I don't know if you guys have seen it all of a sudden, but like everywhere on social media, all of a sudden, everybody is like starting to make some type of app, right? Some like SaaS app or like an application or like an AI, this, that. Everybody's making this all of a sudden, and I feel like we're kind of hitting this wave again of like this new business model kind of coming in, this wave kind of peaking, kind of like SMMA did in like 2018, 2019, whereas SMMA is a different model, but like the point is it's kind of peaking now, and people are all of a sudden getting into like vibe coding, and they're coding with AI and Claude, and they're doing all these cool shit that seems so fun, and then they launch the app, and then they get acquired, and then they sell the company, and then I mean there was recently this the 18-year-old Zach guy that made like the Cal AI app, and then he sold it for like 100 million plus or something, got acquired by like MyFitnessPal or some shit like that, which is, I mean, huge props to him. That's fucking insane. He's a goat for that. But it's like it's been giving me shiny object syndrome, because I've been thinking like, oh shit, what if I do that? Like, what if I just lock in, make an app for 2 years, and I sell that, you know? And what if I do this? And what if I do that? And what if I do this? And what if? And I just kind of got myself back to the point, and I went back to the drawing board, like literally the drawing board. I had a whiteboard and like a, the fuck do you call it, like a marker, and I just went back and I just tried to figure out like, why is that not a smart decision for me? Why should I not do it? And why should I do it, right? Why should I even look into anything else? And it got me back to thinking why I decided to choose an agency and why I started this journey in the first place when I first did start, okay? So just some like background, when I first like looked into business in general, it was roughly around 2021 or 2022. I don't exactly remember, but I was very interested in like making money online, right? So I was interested in making money some sort of way. I came across drop shipping, right? I was interested in drop shipping, and then I was like, oh shit, what if I do that? And then I came across, and this is a very niche term that many of you might not even have heard of, drop servicing. So it was another word for like SMMA, but it was called drop servicing. Basically, you would drop ship services to companies in the US, but using Indians, Filipinos, and there's, I mean, nothing wrong with it, but you'd use like cheaper labor to be able to deliver the service, right? That was drop servicing. In other words, SMMA, so to say, right? And I came across that, and I dived deeper into it. I came across Iman Gadzhi, boom, boom, boom. I decided, hey, let's run an agency. The reason I wanted to run an agency in the beginning is because I had zero capital. I had zero money. I didn't have any experience, any skill sets, nothing at all to leverage to start a business, right? And every other business model that I was interested in, like e-com, Amazon FBA, like whatever it may be, it all required a investment, which I didn't have, right? So I thought, you know what, let's start with an agency and let's just go with that, right? And overall, I'm very happy I did, and I'm very happy I'm still on this journey. Reason is because, and I still stand by this, and this will probably be the title of the video, an agency is like, no matter this year, next year, and the year after, I'm not sure exactly how it's going to be in 10 years, but like the next couple of years and now, and it's always been, but agencies, in my opinion, is the literal best business model to start if you are a beginner, right? And let me explain why, right? So your main focus, especially when you're young, right? If you're anywhere from like 15 to 25, like that age range, and you're starting a business, your main goal should not be, and this might sound counterintuitive to a lot of you guys out there looking at a lot of this, like Lamborghinis and shit like that, and you want to get money. The goal of, like, in the beginning of your business is not to make the most amount of money or sell the company. It is to build skill sets, build foundations for yourself, become the person that can then achieve those goals, right? And there's a difference there, right? Because you cannot achieve that status of making that money unless you become the person that is deserving of getting that money and getting paid that much, etc., right? You don't have any skill sets, right? So when you do start off in a market, with like big fishes, etc., like you cannot just jump into a market and expect yourself to learn everything or know everything, and you can't just go from 0 to 30 million, right? It's just not possible, right? This is why a lot of people, like, they say like, hey, like the way that you get to your first 10K a month is not the same that you get to your first 100K a month, etc., etc. It might be, but not always. Point is, like when it comes to an agency, you learn so many skills, and when I look back at it, it's like it's hard for me to even mention and like come up with all the different skills, but you learn so many different things that it creates this base foundation for you that you can, number one, go into any other business industry and actually do a lot better than you would even if you spent multiple years there, like specifically in that one, because you're learning so much from the agency space. And then two, even if something else doesn't go right, you can always go back into the agency space because you know the foundations of running an agency, right? With an agency, like just to name a few, you learn sales, right? That's the main thing. You learn marketing. You learn communication with clients, with people, with team members. You learn how to hire. You learn how to manage. You know how to set expectations. You learn how to build SOPs, how to build frameworks. You know how to manage a team. You know how to manage your time, get someone in, hire them, train them. I mean, I know I'm ramping up other words for the same thing, but there's so much that you learn, not only to mention being disciplined, being able to make money, keep money, make high-level decisions, deal with stress. I mean, whatever it is, right? There's so much you learn in an agency model, and I can just pack up those skills and go into any other industry, apply the basics foundations of that specific industry, and scale, right? Like you learn so much in an agency. It's so crazy. And the reason I kind of had that thought of, hey, let me, like, why don't I look into this or why don't I look into that? What kind of stopped me is the fact that the only like actual downside of an agency is one, scale, and then like the actual ability to sell the company, right? Because a lot of people, they start their business with the intention of selling it, right? An agency specifically, like especially when you're the brand of the agency and you're the face of the, you can't really sell it. I mean, you can technically, but again, you can't. Like, not a lot of investors or company or people buy like businesses like agencies. It's not really that common. More so buy like brands and acquire this and acquire like apps, etc. So that's like things you can sell, right? After a couple of years, you can sell it and make a bunch of money, and then just go from there, right? With an agency, you can't really do that. And also with an agency, like there comes to a certain point that you can scale to, and then after that it kind of just stops, right? You scale to that certain point, and then I mean you can scale more, but then it just gets significantly harder because of chargebacks, because of this, because of that, because of this. Like there's so much more that kind of comes into it right after that. So there's so many different things that kind of come into it, but like for me, it's like I always had like the goal and my like ideal scenario of like the business I want to run is, to be honest with you, is it is like managing and having a lot of properties, like having a lot of properties, having property managing, renting them out, making a lot of money from properties. If I want to do something online, it would have been e-commerce, to be very, very honest with you guys. Like branded e-commerce, I just think that's sick. I love selling shit. Like making things and selling them is one thing I like. I also like shipping stuff out and make like selling. I don't know what it is, bro. I just love it, right? I like it, right? So I've always had the goal of, hey, when I do my agency and I run my agency and I make X amount of money, I want to dive into some type of e-commerce, some type of branded. If I make my own clothing line, if I make this, and if I do that, like I want to, and then invest that into real estate, and then scale my property management, like my properties and my portfolio with that, and scale that and make more money with that. Like that's always like my foundational goals. But an agency allows you to really quickly get a lot of cash. Like you get really cash heavy with an agency, which is not very common with other industries, right? You can have really good profit margins. You can get a lot of cash stacked up at a certain point of time, and then leverage that cash wherever you want to, right? Not saying that now that I'm making 20 to 30K, let's just say average 25K a month, I'm going to take all that money and invest it into e-commerce and just go crazy, right? That's not what I'm going to do. I still want to scale my agency to at least like 100K a month. Like I know I can get there. I definitely want to get at least there. I want to remove myself completely from the agency, get someone else in, like a CSO, anybody that can like kind of manage everything, get a client communication manager and move from there, and then slowly but surely just remove myself from the agency. That way I'm only spending like 4 or 5 hours on it a week, and it's just scaling outside, like without me. And even if I make 20K profit from 100K revenue, I don't care because I'm not spending a lot of time on it. I'm just basically in there, I'm just making money from it, right? And it's doing its thing. It's running by itself, so to say. Like, to be honest, that is my goal. Like, that is what I want to do, right? However, to be able to get there, I cannot jump into a different boat. I cannot jump into this different shiny object like opportunity because I'm going to end up in the same place. I need to first build my foundations, build what I'm already building, focus on what I'm doing, scale it up, and then I can use my cash to then deploy into other things, right? Another thing is that these skills I'm going to learn now, like ever since I started my agency until now, until moving forward, they're always going to be valuable in the market because these are skills that I'm going to be infinitely better at by time, right? So like sales, I'm good now, I'm going to be a lot better in the future. Marketing, I'm good now, I'm going to be a lot better. Whatever it is, I'm just going to get a lot better. So when I move into the future, it's just going to be a lot more worth it, right? This is why like I love the agency model in a way where it's like there's so much that you'll learn and capitalize on. Yes, there's downsides as well. There's not always just upsides, but like in comparison to anything else when you're first starting out, hands down, it is the best way to start out. Hands down is the best way to get your hands dirty, so to say, and just fuck around, get paid, you know. Um, like that's like overall what I just had in my mind, like with that. And then if you are someone that is like starting out with a business, and or like you're entrepreneurial, you have this spirit and you want to get started, you want to make some money online, this and that, like definitely figure out what you like and what you want to do and what your future like goal is and where you want to get to, and start something that you know that, hey, you know what, if even if I fail at this, I'm going to learn a lot. Because even if I, like, with full honesty, don't get to my like goal of, hey, I want to get to this or I want to get to that point, even if I don't get there, I know that I have these many skill sets that, hey, I'm so valuable in the market that whatever business I try to start, I'm going to have a advantage, right? I'm going to start with an advantage. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to be able to scale that business as well. Worst case scenario, I can always jump back into an agency, right? Like that's always the case, always something I can do, right? It's not something woo woo wow wow, I don't know how to do it, I don't know what I'm going to do, I can always do that. So I kind of have this backbone now, which I'm so grateful for that I have. But still, it's not something that is for me where it's like, oh shit, I'm just gonna let it do its thing now and just completely go out and do whatever I want to do. No, I still want to scale it, get to a certain point, and then I want to move myself out of it and get into the things I want to do. But if you are like literally someone, and again, I know I'm repeating this, but you're starting out or you're just recently beginning or this and that, like don't get the shiny object syndrome, which is so easy to get in the beginning. Don't overcomplicate it with yourself. Like don't try to do something that you don't feel like would like you would learn a lot from. Like yes, you can learn a lot from a lot of things, but for example, let me give you an example, right, real quickly, right? So for example, trading, right? Let's say you do trading, which is totally fine. I don't know personally, but I know a lot of online gurus, they say they make a lot of money from it, which you probably can, right? Point is, trading is not a transferable skill. Where can you take the skill of trading to you if you, I mean, I don't know if you would make money and you don't want to do it again, but let's say you make money from trading and you just, let's say you never be able to crack trading. Let's say you just don't like it and you do it for 2-3 years and you're like, oh shit, this is not what I want to do. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I'm not making enough money from it. You never get good at it, for example, right? Because I don't know what the statistics are, but I've seen a lot of numbers on like trading, like only 1% of traders actually succeed and this and that. And like, I don't really know the numbers, but whatever it is, let's just say you're a trader, right? And you are not making as much money as you'd want to make, right? How are you going to transfer that skill to anything else? You can't just jump into a sales role. You can't just jump into an agency and start using your graph knowledge into an agency. You can't. Like maybe, yes, discipline and work ethic and those like basic things are there, but like anything else isn't transferable. Whereas from an agency, everything is transferable, right? You have marketing, sales, ops, managing, hiring, firing, team members, like, I mean, communicate, whatever it is, like, it's so transferable. Like, I can go into e-commerce and the only thing I would learn is maybe like logistics, shipping, inventory. Like, I need to learn like specific terms and specific things. Other than that, I know a bunch of like the actual foundations of a business, right? Which is so necessarily to know, right? Which is so important to know. So whenever you dive into a business or whenever you're going to start, like, just go for an agency. That it is the best, most efficient way to make money in the beginning, get some cash in the door. Once you get to a certain point, like, get yourself out of the agency, have it running, make money from it. It is a cash producing business like model, the best one there is. Make money from it, continuously keep making money from it. Start doing something else that you really want to do or that you really enjoy, right? Do that, learn as many skills as you can. Like, you're young, even if you're older than that, like, just do it. It's going to be worth it. And then moving forward, you can do whatever you kind of want in your life, right? Like, that's overall the goal. And yeah, now moving forward with this channel, and I know I went on a tangent there, that was the whole point of this video. I'm gonna like focus on videos every single week, like either on constraint in my business and I'm gonna solve them, going over what my next steps are, what my next goals are, and how I'm gonna get to a certain point, who I hired, how I hired them. Like, it's gonna be more so like a, what do you call it? Like kind of like a journal, a little bit of like a document where I have like my like overall agency experience and what I want to do, etc. Like that's what I want this channel to be. And obviously with the goal of providing value, like in people I know, some people have reached out to me on Instagram, like still feel free to do so. Like I will still try to help out the most as I can, but my like angle of getting this like video to getting this channel towards something like specifically value based is out of the table. It's not what I want to do right now. I'll focus on keeping it more like documentary based, and that's what I'll do moving forward. So hopefully you guys still enjoy the content and you guys still enjoy what I come out with. Again, it'll be a video every single week, guaranteed what I want to do moving forward. And I mean, we'll see where life takes me, man. But I'm super excited. I'm super pumped. And listen, like, I mean, as I always say, like you owe it to yourself to be great. There's no one that is going to go out there, get their hands dirty for you. There's no one that's going to work more for you than yourself. And there's nobody that is more deserving of success by your own worth than yourself, right? You are the only one that can give you what you exactly want. Can't force anybody to give it. I mean, unless your parents are born rich and you just get a Lamborghini. I mean, if you want that Lamborghini, you got to work for it, right? So, I mean, you owe it to yourself, right? So do what you got to do, man, and work really hard, put your head down, and then keep continuously going every single day. You will get to a certain point where you look back and you're like, holy shit, I've come far. And you're going to be proud, right? So wish you guys the best. Let me know if there's any like specific ideas that you want me to cover. Again, documentary based about the agency or whatever it is. And I'll be more than happy to cover that for you guys, right? Really nice jumping on YouTube again. Kind of feels like a relief now being able to post the way that I intentionally want to post. And super excited for the next couple of videos as well, man. Hope you guys got some value out of this. Peace out. Wish you guys the best and take care.